This project was Fred, I think. It was his initiative. He'd mentioned it and talked about it for a while.
I thought that it would be interesting to do something as a team. It would be constructive and be positive energy for the team. To begin with, we were 4. During the winter to help themselves, which left the 2 of us to do the traverse.
If you like, we crisscrossed the range, but we made sure we had fun riding the lines.
The idea was to start in Le Tour because it's where I live, and to finish in Le Contamine because Laurent it's where he lives. We thought it would be cool to connect our home, and then the idea was to head into the mountains, starting with the most easterly mountain in the range and finishing with the most westerly mountain. This meant starting with the Doré, finishing with the Mont Blanc. So, using this imaginary line, there were a series of passes to cross, a steep skiing descent, couloir to climb, ridges to traverse.
Alors, une neige hors du commun.
Oh my, this is very particular snow. It's like asphalt, really nasty asphalt. Oh well, we're still standing.
Mais bon, tiens debout. There.
Nice.
We tried to be logical, choosing a line that made sense, without backtracking, moving forward. We adjust the itinerary according to the weather, snow condition, potential risks, etc. We move along regardless of the weather, keeping the rhythm a non-stop spirit.
What's cool about this traverse, this adventure I'd say, is that we never see the faces we're going to ride. There's always an element of surprise. We don't know whether they're going to be good to ride when we get to the top. That's what's awesome. It adds extra spice, a special buzz.
Je trouve que c'est pour ça que c'est déjà cool et ouais, ça fait un petit piment en plus quoi.
From a conditions perspective, it's a season that isn't easy. This winter, there hasn't been a ton of snow, so it's hard to do everything that we wanted, that we'd planned.
The idea was more to evolve safely, skiing the lines at the right time, linking route together like that. Right from the start, we knew that we would have to adjust our route based on the conditions we came across. If the line wasn't in condition, we'd change plans. It's what we did at the Vert. Conditions weren't cool before because the serac had fallen in the face and the descent on the left side was sketchy. So we climbed the courte. At the top of the courte, we saw that the angelic couloir wasn't good, so we traversed the courte and so on. We kept moving along, fine-tuning based on a gut feeling, our fatigue, what we want to ride, our safety, etc. So it was less of focus on setting a record. It was more about our safety, a trip in high altitude crossing the range.
It's a traverse because we crisscrossed the mountain range, but the lines we chose to ride were super interesting, even on a snowboard. Awesome slopes, few traverses, fun turns.
A traverse demanding a physical commitment. Most days are intense, with 2,000 to 3,000 vertical meters. This is more a pro mountain guide approach than that of an athlete with a set route from point A to B, wanting to set a record. Here, the idea was to link together the days. To begin with, we didn't know how we would react to carrying the ton of gear we had with us. We had gear to climb whatever summit we wanted, especially if we needed to switch routes. We couldn't be super lightweight, tackling only snow routes. We combined backcountry skiing, alpine mountaineering, and steep skiing. In distance yesterday, we covered almost 1/3 of the whole traverse. That's yesterday. From here, this afternoon, we are going to ride the Glaciron, then climb up to the junction and on to the Grand Mullet hut.
I think that I've never sharpened my edges as much in my whole life.
Yesterday, we hit some rocks at the base of Léchaud moraine at the junction of Talef-Léchaud. You know, near the Pierre à Béranger over there. So it's better to make sure that our edges are good because since the start, we've been on bulletproof snow. Conditions are like what you found in June. So, for sure, it's super dry, too dry. And it's only April 20th.
We can't wait around all day for the snow to soften. It's exactly what happened in the Besselks. We had a timing to follow, and at times this means riding hardpack. We can't always wait for the perfect snow conditions. But that's a big part of what makes this whole experience interesting. You really need to be able to ride on hard snow, on all types of snow. I ride both because I also love skiing, but there's no doubt I'm a snowboarder at heart. I've been snowboarding for a long time now. I started by strapping my board to my pack using snowshoes, and that's tough. They launched these split boards a while ago, and since I discovered them, I think that they're just amazing. They allow us to get closer to the feeling of backcountry skiing because they use the same skin tracks. They've got greater surface to carry, less weight in our packs. For me, it's an incredible tool. It's totally changed the way I ride. I think that it's still a little less efficient because it's a little more physically demanding. But I don't think that I made a bad choice because what I like is riding my snowboard on the downhill, tracking clean lines. The day's over. We're finally reaching the hut. It's pretty warm, but all's good.
Making look easy, man.
C'est très très beau.
There's really something to look at in the way we chose to tackle this adventure. It's quick, we're totally absorbed, immersed, each place. It's an interpretation in the mountain that is more global. It's not about performance. Performance can be a goal, but it gives a whole other flavor to the project. First of all, staying in a mountain is good because you truly appreciate the element in all its grandeur. And physically, you push yourself further. You're in discomfort when recovering, similar to being on expedition, staying in a high altitude a long time. The way we handle our recuperation is not the same when we know that it's doing a hard route for one day and that we'll head home to take a shower. It's possible to disconnect, to get away from the world, even when we're steps away from civilization. Your age also has a bearing on what you can, what you want, how you want. At 30 you want to do things super fast. At 40, maybe because you did things so fast in the past, you now want to slow down, lengthen the distance. In the Mont Blanc range, we're always looking to do things quickly, in one day or with only one night in a hut and so on. Doing a traverse which combines ski mountaineering, backcountry skiing and steep skiing took many by surprise in a hut. We met people climbing Mont Blanc, but other than that, we met no one. This proved that we can be creative. We don't need to be sheep, doing the same things at the same time. The more we advance, the more we realize that it is a test of endurance, more than technique. And there are a lot of things that we do on a daily basis that are way harder. But with our increasing level of fatigue, everything is more demanding, especially with such challenging snow conditions. There's never a moment to chill. You spend a lot of time in a mountain as a professional, and you could say that you take a break in another environment, climb without suffering physically. Aiding out with other professionals is the pure essence of our job. You can easily saturate with guiding clients, but aiding out as an amateur makes the whole experience very different. It takes the weight off our shoulders and lightens the load.
Whether it be climbing, expeditions, snowboarding, or skiing, I still feel the need to do these activities for myself as an amateur. When you are a guide with your client, it's you that has all the responsibility. You can't let go. When you do things with another guide, you share this responsibility.
In a tough spot, we know that we are two professionals. We can count on each other and we'll figure it out. When one's down, the other take over. Knowing that is a huge comfort and make everything way more relaxed.
There needs to be a good symbiosis. I think that you can have two really strong professionals, talented and able to move together safely, but they wouldn't work together as a team. I think that if you have two strong leaders together, each wanting to take control, making key decisions, there could be a clash. There really has to be a strong affinity, a true understanding between the two guides. With Fred, we've done a lot of things together. There's a real trust that exists. This is a summit that I know by heart because it's my home turf, Les Contamines. Mont-Tendu, I've done it tons of times.
We'd say that we'd always make the right decision from a safety perspective. I think that we made error on the last mountain at the very end. A small slab took us by surprise. This is typically what can happen when the rain snow level is high. And when skinning up, already on the traverse part, we said that there would be pretty good chance to find this. A base hard pack. We're lucky to be this high. It's great. Now we're going to enjoy the descent this side rather than riding off the backside where the slopes are convex and where we are exposed to the cliff face below. Is it a combination of letting our guard down, knowing that we are on the last summit, or maybe the fatigue or a combination of the two? Or simple, the excitement of knowing that we'd almost finished? The excitement blinds us. It blurred our vision and left room for a mistake.
For me, this was a good wake-up call. Even when it's easier than the rest, when it's your own backyard, it doesn't mean that you can let your guard down. It's important to understand, to question yourself. The mountains make me question myself constantly. What is the mountain? Its risks? It's not negative. It's what allows me to evolve, to improve in my approach. It's more than anything else, very positive.
Alors Lisa, tout bien?
Alors, c'était comment?
C'était super.
We want to take off again, that's for sure. And there are a lot of things to do. Lines that can be looked at differently. There are routes to do, where you can start from the valley by foot and complete the loop with the bike, as we did. I think that we have a key role to play in terms of the environment, being on foot with a mountain spirit.